Morning, everyone. Just already did some sketching, and I think I figured out what I'm going to do. And I think it's going to be I don't think it's a part of a. It's going to be part of a series that I'm doing. That's basically people made of flowers. And today, I kind of realized that a lot of at least the imagery and thoughts that I'm doing for it are. Um, Influenced by a poem by Maya Angelou called "Still I Rise," and it's one of those poems that's just really resonated with me for since she created it. I'm not sure exactly when the first time was that I heard it, but I'm going to put a link down below to what I think is a pretty good rendition of it. It looked like it was from England somewhere where she did it, but she's what's the word anyway, she's spoken it and done it a few times, so there's a few different versions out there. I just thought this one really was well done. So anyway, first we're going to show you what I was doing with my sketches, and I'll talk a little bit about those, what I'm working through there, and then we'll get into the postcard and see how that works out. Hopefully pretty well. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side. Thanks. Here we go, everybody, with the sketching. Started out with a ballpoint pen with the precise pens that I like, but I kind of realized pretty quickly that I didn't want it to be so final. I like using them because you can see what I'm doing, but I realized I wanted to be able to tweak the drawing a little bit more, so I switched over to a 6B Stella Mars pencil. And here I'm just drawing my hand. I've been thinking a lot about how if I had a person in a scene, how would I get the flowers to fill that shape, and where do I put the blossoms, and how are they sized and shaped? So I was kind of thinking about, here's my hand, and then where would I put flowers on it? Or how would I fill out the shape without actually being, the hand won't be there when I'm finished. So I'm kind of thinking about how that would work and what that would entail. And obviously when you see the shape, I think it kind of looks a little bit like a tattoo. So then I started thinking about anthropomorphism and how I would do that. So I was thinking about a person basically sitting on a bench with their arm hanging over the edge, like that top one that's in pen. So I realized instead of actually drawing thinking about the person too much, I actually just kind of draw the shape using flowers as the stippling effect, I guess. Kind of thought how that was taking place, and then I thought, okay, let's draw this little wireframe guy and do it like I was thinking. So we got him. So there's a little bit of a framework there, but not so much that it looks like I'm filling in the lines. And I think I'm 90% that's the method I'm going to use going forward. So I want to put these people in all sorts of different settings. Well, with the first one, the postcard, I think that turned out pretty good. It's really just a person rising up out of a field of flowers. I think for the paintings, I'm going to play around with the contrast a little bit more. So instead of them being a field of flowers, they might be behind a 7-Eleven dumpster, or coming up, getting off the L train, or waiting at the bus stop, that kind of thing. But having fun. I think it'll be interesting too as I play around with, right now these flowers are kind of just things mostly for my imagination, even though they kind of have a daisy look to them, I guess.
but I think I'll play around with different actual flowers. So maybe black-eyed Susans and echinacea, the purple cone flowers. Those are kind of some of my favorites that are local wildflowers. This guy, I'm just seeing if I put in the circles first. There's some black-eyed Susans. So I was thinking that's why this is so black. And I like how some of the flowers break the shape of the body too. There's a little garbage can, little garbage cart. Somebody's just sitting on a garbage can. I think I'm going to go out though and get some reference photos and actually, maybe in these times of social distancing, I'm not sure if I can really, get somebody to use as a model, so I might be kind of just paying attention to where people are and what's going on, and maybe I can get my nephew. Here's something I was thinking: where what if the flower was the stem was the whole body, and then I thought in my mind it was too much like one of those dancing flowers, or there's just not enough to it. Skinny. It's not my preferred method. I think having the whole thing look like it's a garden itself, like a human garden. I was trying this new, different eraser that has worked for me in the past, but just didn't seem to work really well with the 6B. Just one of those plastic erasers, but just didn't seem to want to erase. And it's probably because the 6B is so soft, and I'm probably pushing on the paper too hard. So. Flower. I think I was just thinking about how the shapes and stuff will go and what a flower looks like from my memory. Flowers are pretty fun to draw. And then here's where I realized that the poem was really inspirational to me. So, leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Late daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Maya Angelou. Copyright 1978. Yeah, she's pretty cool, and I'm going to put a link down below to one of my favorite renditions of it where she recites it. It's pretty cool, and hope you're inspired by it as much as I am. Okay, now into the postcard. Okay, so I started off with just We Rise, and then I realized Still We Rise. It's kind of the riff. So here I am, kind of like outstretched arms, kind of the person coming out of the field. The bursting up out of the flowers. And the petals of the flowers work pretty well for fingers. It just has to be kind of like almost scribbled in. Figure out where the flowers are, get them to overlap. On the contrast. And you'll see on that right side that I didn't put a lot of petals, and I ended up doing a lot of it while I was inking. So I'm putting in some butterflies, throwing a cardinal up here. Things will be butterflies all over. Maya Angelou. There we go. Pencils into the inking. We use the 0.7 on the text. And I switch up to the 0.4 though for the rest of it, at least for the base. A little bit of stippling. Trying to work front to back a little bit. Just kind of keep things going. Now with the 0.4, I'm really kind of concerned mostly about the basic shapes. I'll come in with the 0.1 when I come in with a little bit more detail. Get a little bit more contrast going. So here's how I kind of just fake in some extra flowers where there weren't any. I'm going to make some of these up into coloring pages. If people are interested, let me know. Going with the eraser before I put in the detail. Getting rid of that pencil helps me tell, gives me a better idea of my contrast and what I need to add into it. The striations on the petals are pretty important. Get that face flower to pop forward a bit. Add in a couple of, add in some shapes where I didn't have them before. Starts to cramp up a little bit. Right, for this work, I'm holding the pencil too tight, pen too tight, I should say. I'm trying to keep things precise, and I'm looking at the postcard from underneath the camera. My head's at a funny angle. So it's probably not the most ideal of drawing angles and positions, but I think it's working. Definitely a little fisheye going on with the GoPro, but I like that it doesn't keep chasing the focus. Also, it's small enough so that I can look around it and still get a decent angle on the card. All right, there we go. In with the colors, a little sky blue. Kept things relatively simple in terms of the flowers. They're mostly, I just went with the yellow and the purple. I really like how that looks right now, so I'm kind of addicted to it. green, light green, with the field green. This is a 4 times speed too, by the way. Most of my sped up videos are 400%. Light green. Yellows and oranges. Bright blue butterflies. Red cardinal. I wanted the red cardinal, and then I made this butterfly a little bit of red, so that there's the red is unified a little bit throughout the piece. These are the purples. Purple I bring into that green too a little bit, so it gives it a nice, kind of a nice dark. That fuchsia. And the waterworks. Basically just blending everything together. This with the water, the Derwent Inktense pencils then become permanent. So my theory is that they're a little bit more resilient in the male with the Inktense pencils. That green really makes things pop. Reds. Purple. Actually, this design completely, I think I'm going to submit as a mural painting idea for the Village Vogue Park. So there we go. Still we rise. That's it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Still we rise. Thanks to Maya Angelou for the inspiration. And I really do, I've been kind of playing around with this idea for a while, and I think I'm going to make it into a big, larger painting series. Just feels pretty good. Feels right. I like how this turned out. Hope you enjoyed it too. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Put them in the thing below. Comment on the YouTube video. Send me a message. Whatever. But I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to see when I'm posting again. Chances are it's going to be daily for at least the near future. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.